Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of The Sam Fury Show. Today, we're diving into Chapter 3 of The Message Game, written by Icewhite. Chapter 3 is titled, Common Mistakes. What are you doing wrong?
All right, everyone, welcome back. Ready to dive into another deep dive.
Always ready to dive in. Let's do it.
Awesome. So today we're switching things up a bit, tackling online dating. We're breaking down Chapter 3 of this book, The Message Game.
Interesting read, for sure.
Right, eye-opening even. It jumps right into these common messaging mistakes that, honestly, most of us are probably making.
Yeah, like, what? Give us the dirt. What are we doing wrong?
Okay, so picture this. You're messaging back and forth, and you're trying so hard to be clever, funny, witty.
Oh, yeah, trying to craft that perfect response.
Been there. And according to this book, that's mistake number 1. Trying too hard to entertain can actually make you seem, well, a little insecure, like you're trying way too hard to impress.
Makes sense. It's that whole trying to be high value, but it can backfire big time. Authenticity is key, right?
Exactly. It's like imagine going to a job interview and just, I don't know, juggling or something to stand out.
Please don't juggle at job interviews.
Right. Trying too hard. Just be yourself. Showcase your genuine personality. That's what this author's advocating for. So what should we focus on instead of endless jokes and trying to be overly entertaining?
He emphasizes shifting the focus from entertaining to connecting. Messaging, it's just a tool to get to the real interaction, a date, face-to-face.
So no more getting lost in that endless text banter.
I mean, some banter's fine, but yeah, don't get stuck there. It's like browsing an online store for hours, but never actually buying anything. You're not really getting anywhere.
And it's so easy to do. This chapter made me realize I've totally been guilty of that. But why is it such a bad thing? Why not get to know someone over text?
You can, to an extent, but texting lacks those crucial nonverbal cues. Body language, tone of voice. You miss all of that. It's easy to misinterpret things or create a false sense of intimacy that might not actually be there in person.
Right, like you can't hear someone's tone through text, can't see them react. Makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. And speaking of misinterpretations, the book also dives into this whole thing about showering women with compliments before you even know them.
Oh, yeah. Seemed a little counterintuitive at first. I mean, who doesn't love compliments, right?
Sure, but it's all about the timing and the intent. Early on, it can create this weird power dynamic, like putting her on a pedestal.
Right, and nobody wants to be put on a pedestal. Makes it awkward.
Exactly. A genuine compliment here and there is great, but overdoing it, especially early on, can be a turnoff. Treat each other as equals. That's the key takeaway.
Solid advice. And while we're talking about things that can trip us up, the book had some interesting thoughts on Instagram and dating apps.
Ah, yes. That whole thing about some women pushing for Instagram interaction instead of exchanging numbers or meeting up.
Yeah, is that always a bad sign?
Not necessarily, but it's something to be mindful of. Are they really interested in connecting, or are they more focused on building their following? That kind of thing.
So much to think about. It feels like online dating is its own little world with its own set of rules.
It is. But at the end of the day, the fundamentals still apply. Be genuine, be respectful, and focus on building that real-life connection.
Exactly. So much easier said than done sometimes. But for everyone out there navigating the online dating world, what's the biggest takeaway you want them to remember from this deep dive?
I'd say focus on authentic interactions and prioritize that face-to-face connection. And don't get too caught up in the whole validation-seeking aspect of it all.
Love it. It's like that saying, don't talk about it, be about it. Applies to dating, too. Well, this has been super insightful. Any final thoughts before we wrap things up?
Just one. This book focuses on heterosexual interactions. Got me thinking, how might these strategies change or stay the same in same-sex dating? Something to ponder.
That is a great question to leave everyone with. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll catch you in the next deep dive.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Sam Fury Show. If you found this episode useful, let me know with a like, follow, and share. Also, if you haven't already, be sure to visit samfury.com and join my free newsletter. As a subscriber, you'll receive access to all my book summaries and no more than one email a week containing a roundup of my latest posts. It's completely free to join at samfury.com.